Time no see.
Yeah, how's it going?
How are we doing?
Who are you again?
Julian Love, year 7. Yeah. All right.
Congrats, obviously, on Man of the Year. Just what does that honor mean to you?
It's a really big honor. Obviously with the name attached to it. Walter Payton. I'm from Chicago. It hits real close to home. Just kind of the impact he had on the city. I was growing up in, on and off the field, and so anything with his name attached to it is incredibly special. And it's an award, but it's just cool just to, I don't know, be able to make an impact in the community.
How the way your team informed you? How much did you appreciate that? How surprised? Caught
I did not appreciate that. Yeah, I don't know. I walked into that room and I see Ari. I'm like, okay, Ari. She's kind of asking a few questions, and I see like 3 other crew members. I'm like, there's way too many people for a little spot read. I'm reading. I'm doing a thing, and Chenna comes around. It just all kind of hit at once, especially for my first day back on the field. It was an emotional day, and so they definitely got it good.
What does that mean to get that nomination in the context of just what's going on this season with the injury that you battled through?
Yeah, I mean, it's the plans I kind of have been making, has been years in the making in terms of kind of the impact and the service I want to do in the community. It was an off-season thing, and I don't know. I think everything's kind of aligned. Obviously, it's been tough being off the field for so long, but it's allowed me to gain some appreciation and get into the community more, and so it's all kind of aligned for me. And I'm grateful for my wife for helping me find some resources, finding some causes that we believe in, that we're passionate about. And so, yeah, it's kind of, it filled that void of not playing this season for sure.
Reading the list of all the things you kind of do there is a pretty long list. Is there anything specific that really stands out to you as like super important
Well, a few years ago, my wife and I kind of sat down and we had a talk about how we want to be more of service and kind of just the buckets that were important to us, that we're passionate about. And the first is motherhood, especially postpartum. You guys are all very present when we had ours, and we didn't, with all the resources in the world, we didn't expect it would be as difficult as it was after the baby was here. And so with us, with all the resources, we couldn't even imagine people without any of the resources we're doing. And so that's one of the buckets, motherhood, and then kids. From babies through teenager years. I have my youth camps, all the things. More than just kind of giving resources and giving money out, I think it's important that I'm present. As a kid, I looked up to Peanut Tillman, Erlacher, all those guys who were out in the community. They were superheroes to me, and so I feel like I just have to give something back, whether it's asking and answering questions, just having a conversation with kids. It's important to me. And the third bucket is food, and so food insecurity is a serious deal, especially right now. And so being able to eat healthy foods and have access to it shouldn't be a luxury. And that's kind of like our 3 main buckets that we try to focus. And we've done a bunch of events kind of following those 3 kind of guidelines.
Is that something that you grew up with, where you saw other people, giving back? Obviously, you talked about the players, but
Yeah.
family members or friends, where did you kind of learn it from?
I would say my dad. My dad was he worked super hard, kind of rose in the ranks kind of in Chicago, and he was always willing to kind of go the extra mile for the people next to him, whether it's, kids my age that didn't have the best upbringing, they were always around. He painted a good picture of how you're supposed to act, and he always just tell me, act like you've been there before, whether it's I'm scoring a touchdown, whether I'm, out and about in high school hanging out with my friends. It's like there's a way to kind of go about living life, and especially as I've climbed in the ranks, he's kind of hammering home that point of it's bigger than you, and so yeah, I give a lot of credit to my dad.
I mean, a lot of like male role models now, it's like football players are supposed to be tough, but you're also talking about being kind and being generous. How do you kind of square that circle?
Yeah, I mean, that's not so. If the tough football player side was my dad, the passion has to be the mom. And so my mom, she was the compassion of our crew. And thankfully, she was just okay with me being me. I was never kind of that prototypical football player. And it was okay. And in some households it's not. And so thankfully for that. And then I met my wife young, and same thing. She kind of knew me as a well-rounded person before the football player. And so I don't know. It's just I had a good circle of people who appreciate me for me. And outside of family, even in the building, like everyone lets me be myself, which is hard. It's tough to find a group to surround yourself with that allows you to kind of just be your full self.
You mentioned how emotional it was just getting back on the football field.
Mm-hmm.
What did you have to regulate, either emotion-wise or maybe just like physicality-wise?
Yeah, I mean, there's so many things. I feel like you kind of have to have there was a bit of a chip on my shoulder, a little bit of kind of a FU to, anybody making comments to me about when I'm going to be back. I'm excited, even if I'm making mistakes out there. I'm like happy about it just because I have the chance to make a mistake. And so it was a lot of that. And it's I mean, just like with anything with injuries, this is a lot of internal conversations. Like every day I'm like over analyzing how my body feels, how that run actually went. Can I go? Like what's the situation? And so it's hard not to get out of that. But as soon as I, get into that huddle and everyone kind of greets me, it's like, all right, I do this. Like this is I don't know, I'm a good football player. And so it was just overall, I'm happy to be back.
The setback you went through must have been tough. What happened in that?
Yeah, that was tough. Just basically we were training here, and it was a moment. It was kind of before the bye week. It was on the practice field, and just the hamstring just got worse. And it was a setback none of us wanted, and it definitely had a lasting effect. It's just, I don't know. It's been weird because before this season, like I've never missed a game in my life for injury. Like high school, college, the league, 7 years. And so like navigating that, I've always played through stuff. And so I was trying to get back, not rushing it, following the plan. And then to be set back kind of right before that bye week was killer. That was a bye week's supposed to be a week of relaxation and de-stressing, and that was not the case for me. I was pretty fired up. It's just, it's unfortunate.
I mean, you obviously wanted to be out there, but what's it been like watching Ty Okada get this opportunity and do what he's done? It's
been special. Thankfully, I've said from the jump, like this guy's a ball player. It just took for him to play and get an opportunity for people to see that. I don't think anybody's more proud of the work he's put in. He will continue to put in. He's proved the right to be on the field, I think. And it just goes, I mean, it's been years of P squad, like fighting, working every day, battling through stuff for him. And to see him kind of shine is pretty exciting. I could think back to early in my career where I just needed an opportunity for people to see who I was. I think Ty has gotten a great opportunity to do that.
We hear Mike and John both talk all the time about like it takes all 70 guys and the depth being important. We've seen that on this defense over and over this year. What about the way they do things do you think allows all these guys, whether it's Josh Jobe last year, guys Okada, Patrick O'Connell, all these guys to step up and play the way they do?
Yeah, I think it's a mixture of kind of guys in the building just being close and understanding like, okay, everyone's different. Ty is not me. I'm not Ty. When people go down, like everyone has their own skill set. And we just trust each other. It's like whatever you have, just bring the full amount of what you have to the table. And that's, Mike, the whole 70 conversation is that pretty much. Whatever you are, be your best self today. And it's been great for us because then you could gas up and celebrate and see people shine that you might not have seen shine if everything was smooth and easy for us. And so it's been pretty cool.
Plan on playing in Atlanta?
To the end?
You plan on playing in Atlanta?
There's a plan. I don't know if I can say that, but there's a plan in place for me to get kind of ramped up.
What specifically did you see about Ty before maybe anyone else did? Now that he's got
it's easy to kind of be put in buckets of like he's a speed guy, he's a power guy, he's a ball hawk. Ty's just a football player. I think I kind of see myself in that. It's like here's a football player. You go out there, tell him what to do, he's going to go and do it. He has all the tools to be successful. He's incredibly smart. He communicates. He's 100% himself. He's not trying to be anybody else but Ty. And he's just a ball player. That needs to be a category in assessing, recruits coming out or whatever it is, prospects. Just a ball player category, and that's Ty to the fullest. And so it's easy. We've seen it all practice for years, camps, all that stuff. Now you can see him actually in action, and he's done an incredible job.
The interception in Washington. I know you had the coming out of college, you had the crazy vertical jump. But what did you think of that play? He made?
That was really good. Had the wherewithal in that moment to the ball kind of be floating, to then get your feet down. That was incredible. Yeah, the whole time was gassed up for him. And Ty, when he gets into that zone, he kind of is blacking out like on the sideline, and so he gets back after the pick, and he's like kind of bouncing off the wall, asking about like punt and like what's next in the series. And we're all like, Ty, enjoy your interception right now for 20 seconds.
Who came up with Tyrone?
That was a pre-Mike thing. I think he just was making plays in practice, and so of course our ignorant team was like, I see you, Tyrone. Like literally right now in the team meeting, he makes a play on tape. I see you, Tyrone. And then I think it was a Pete thing where Pete played the theme song, Erica Badu, Tyrone. And so that they still play it. He just won some award, like an internal team award, and they play his theme song, Tyrone.
I think a year ago in Atlanta was Kobe's first start.
Yeah.
You were an advocate for him playing, even prior to that. What have you liked about what you've seen from him, as the starter at safety since then?
I mean, the dude's balling. He's a ball player. It's crazy. It's really cool as we're watching film of some last year stuff. Like that year, Job's first game playing with us, Kobe's first start. I think Mighty was getting in for a significant time, Nehemiah. Like, it's cool to see that journey of what a year can be. And Kobe, I mean, he's just the leader. Like, everyone in that room loves him because he's speaking up more. Like, Ernest is our leader for sure, but Kobe has to be like right there, number 2, I think. Just when he talks, people listen. And so it's cool to see him make plays, be who he is, carry that chip on his shoulder that he always has. And yeah, I think it's only the beginning for Kobe kind of in this league. And so I'm excited just for everything he's been able to accomplish.
Yeah, we've seen some clips of him, telling the DBs, lean on me, follow my lead. Why do you think guys follow Kobe?
I mean, some people are back of the pack people, middle of the pack people, or alphas, and Kobe's an alpha. Simply put, I think he feeds off that energy. He likes that competition. He likes that swagger, that ego that the greats have had, that the other Kobe Bryant has. Like, that's who this Kobe has as well. And so, yeah, I think it's who he is. It's not something. It's inauthentic when somebody tries to say all that stuff and not really be it. Kobe lives that every single day.
Julian, as someone that's played multiple positions yourself, when you see what Nick's doing,
yeah,
kind of doing the defensive line stuff what do you kind of make of that and how hard that is for a rookie to kind of handle all that as well as he's done it?
It's tough. First of all, let me say, Nick can be the best of all of us. Obviously, we're not 6'3", can run and jump all this stuff, can bend. And from the jump, I think Mike did a great job of just introducing him to small concepts at once. Like, he's not trying to make him learn all these things. He's, hey, learn this, rep it. Now you can learn this, learn this. And so now, even if he's not perfect on the field, he just flies around and can make plays just because he's a special player. And it's been cool to just be be a vet for him. I just try to keep it the main thing with him. He's this category of young players in this league are different nowadays. He's an NIL baby. You got to talk to him a different way. And so we all really appreciate him, and he's fitting, perfectly along with the defense.
You said that you haven't missed any time before. What have you learned about the game, and what have you kind of learned that you missed being out?
Yeah, it was a lot of ebbs and flows. I don't like it. Is the first. I don't know. It's football season. I'm meant to be playing football, and so it's tough to not be out there. At times I'm like, I'm pretty much feel like a cheerleader, a coach, like something on the sideline. I don't know kind of where I fit in. But then I had to just chill out and tell myself these people don't appreciate you just because of the plays you're making. It's about who you are. It's about the coaching points you have, how you communicate. That's half of my job. And so I just got to do that half. I got to be out there. If I see something, I'm telling Ty, Kobe something, the D-line, linebackers. I'm calming everybody down. I'm kind of like a glue guy in that regard. And so I just had to lean into those things. And it was a process. Missing so many games, I can't tell you every game felt fun for me to be doing that. But I just, this is a mom mentality team. And so I got to do my part.
Anything else?
Thanks, Julian.
All right, thank you guys. Appreciate it.